Hi guys, I'm Shubhang from websitelearners.com, and in this video I'm going to show you how you can quickly make a website in just 10 minutes. Now after watching this video you'll be able to make any kind of website just like this by using drag and drop. So don't miss this video out and watch it till the end to learn how to do it. Okay, so I'm Shubhang from websitelearners.com and let's start making this website. Okay, so before we start, you need to first click the link below this video. So I'm going to click this link and it will take you to this page. Now we're going to do this in just 5 steps, okay? So the first step is to pick a name for your website. Now I already have picked a name which is quicktechie.com. So I'm going to search for it and then click check availability. Okay, so now you can see that the name is available. So once you get the name, you can go to the next step, which is to get hosting and domain. Now hosting and domain are the two things which we need for launching our website. Hosting is the place where your website's files will be stored, and domain is the name of your website. So to get hosting and domain, let's scroll down and click get hosting. This will take you to godaddy.com where we're going to buy the hosting. So let's click get started. Now enter the same name which you chose earlier. So I'm going to enter quicktechie.com and then click search. Now click select and continue. Okay, so this is our cart. Now you can see here that we're getting the domain for 959 rupees. Now, if we change the duration from 2 years to 1 year, you can see that we're getting the domain for free. So now let's proceed to checkout. Now GoDaddy will ask you to log in. So let's click create account and fill in these details. Now enter any 4-digit number for the PIN and click create account. And then continue filling these details. Now choose your payment option and click continue. Okay, so guys, this is going to cost us around 99 rupees per month and the plan will be valid for 1 year. So let's place the order and make the payment. So I'm going to quickly complete the payment. Okay, so now we have completed the payment and we have got a domain and hosting. Now let's go to the step 3, which is to install WordPress. Now we're going to use WordPress because it makes it very easy to build a website without knowing any programming or coding. So let's install WordPress. We're going to scroll down and then click manage WordPress. Okay. So we'll click here and then click get started. Now just select a domain and click next. Then again click next. And now you need to enter a username and password for WordPress. You'll need this to log in into WordPress. So I'm going to enter my name and password and click install. Okay, so WordPress is installed. Now let's click get started. And then click no thanks and OK. Okay, so this is a WordPress dashboard. Now from here you'll be able to control your website. Now if you want to access this WordPress dashboard again, you can just simply go to your website address and type /login. Okay, so once you reach your dashboard, this means your website is live. So to check that, let's go to our website address and press enter. Now as you can see, our website is live. So this is how the default site looks like. So next, in order to easily edit our website, we're going to install a new theme. So the new theme is called Astra. So to install the theme, let's go here and click themes. Now click add new and search for Astra. So we're going to install this theme. Just click install and click Activate. Okay, so the theme is activated. Next, we're going to install a plugin which comes with this theme. So by installing the plugin, we'll be able to easily customize our theme. So to install that plugin, let's go to Plugins and then click Add New. Now search for a plugin called Astra and then install this plugin. So we'll click Install and then click Activate. So the Astra Sites plugin is now installed. Now this plugin has a set of designs for your website which you can choose and then apply it to your site. So to see those designs, let's click See Library. So these are the designs. Now before you choose a design, just click Elementor. This will make it easier for you to edit the design. So click Elementor and now you can choose any design you like. So I'm going to choose this design and you can see how the site will look like. If you want to apply this design to your site, just click Install Plugins and then click Import this site. Now the design and the demo content will be imported into your site. Once it's done, we can now see the site. So let's click View Site. Okay, so as you can see, the demo has been imported into our website and this is how it looks. And you can also see these other pages which also has a demo content. So once you've got the design into your site, you can now go to the final step, which is to edit the content. So to edit any page of your site, you just have to go into that page and click Edit with Elementor. So let's say you want to edit the home page. You just simply click Home and then click Edit with Elementor. And now you'll go into this editing section. So let's say you want to change the text here. You just select that text and then start typing anything you want. So I'm going to type, "Hi, welcome to my website." And now if you want to change the text on this button, you just click here and change the text on this button here. So the same way you can edit any text you want on this page. Just select the text and then start typing. So this works out throughout the website. Now if you want to change this image, you just click it, select the image here and drag and drop your image. So once you're done with the changes, you can simply save the page by clicking Save. And all your changes will be saved. Now you can view the page by clicking here and then clicking View Page. So you can see that all the changes are here. Okay, so now you know how you can edit any page of your site. Next, we're going to see how you can change the header or the footer area of your website. Now by using Elementor, you'll be able to change this part of your website. But if you want to change this area, which is the header, you can do that by going into the Customize option. So let's go to Customize. And now you can see that there are some blue icons. Now if you want to change the logo, you just click this blue icon and you can change the logo here. Now the same way you can change the menu section by clicking these icons. So everything can be edited by using these blue icons. And this will be same in the footer area also. So let's say if you want to change this text, you just click this blue icon and start typing anything you want. Once you're done with the changes, just click Publish and they'll be published on your site. So now let's close this and let's go back to our site. Okay, so we saw how to edit the header and the footer area. Now, what if you want to add a new page? It's very simple. All you need to do is you need to go into this new and click page. Now let's say you want to create a service page for a website. You need to first enter a title. And now to start creating a page, just click Edit with Elementor. So now it will take you to this blank section. And now you have two options to create your page. First, you can either use these elements which are over here and then drag and drop them into this area. So for example, if you want to add a heading, you can drag and drop this element here and then enter your text. And to add an image, you can drag and drop this element. So drag and drop here and start creating your page. Now the other way to create your page is by using templates. Now templates are ready-made pages which you can import into your site. So let's click Add Template. And you'll find a lot of designs here. Now if you want to use any design, simply click it. See how it looks like. And if you like it, just click Insert to get it into your page. And now you can see that we have got the design into our page. Now again, like we did before, you can change anything on this page just by selecting it and typing anything you want. This is how it works. Once you're done with the changes, click Save and View Page. That is it, guys. This is how you can add new pages to your site. So now you know how you can launch your site by getting domain and hosting, import the demo content, and then edit it to make your own website. So if you're ready to start making your own website, just click here. It will take you to the page which we saw in the first step, which was choosing your domain. So just pick a domain and build your website. I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye. So if you want to also create a business email for your website, you can watch this video. We show you how you can do it for free.
Hello, by the end of this video, you're gonna know how to make all of these different websites, and I'm gonna show you how to make all of these different websites step by step with no steps skipped. You're not only gonna know how to make all of these different websites, but we can also mix and match these different websites. Maybe we like this Lucy Anderson with this Christy Dawson, and we wanna mix them together. Totally possible, totally doable. Or maybe we want this, a clean car is a happy car with the garden of your dreams, and we want to take them on our website, mix them together, change the content. We can totally do that. Or maybe random, we want to do the breathe easy with this red thing over here. We want to mix them together. We can totally do that. We can not only mix them together, but we can also obviously provide our own designs on there also. But I always tell people it's super important, I think, to start off with a starting design so you're not looking at a blank website in fear like, what do I do? So it's much easier to start off with a blank website. We're gonna be doing this website in 3 easy steps, and they are setup, options, and design. Setup, options, and design. The setup is going to be where we get our domain name and hosting. So your domain name is your website name. So your domain name is probably yourbusiness.com, yourname.com, a nonprofit you're working on.org. So that's your website name. Without your website name, nobody has any idea of what to type in to visit your website. The second thing in the setup, though, is your hosting. So your hosting is a computer that's on 24 hours a day that holds all of your information. So for example, this is an image on a website right here, and this is an image on a website right here. This needs to be held somewhere on the internet. So there needs to be a computer that's on 24 hours a day that's holding this content so that when someone types in that domain name, it pops up and this information shows up. If you didn't have hosting, someone would type in your domain name and there would be nothing to show. The website would come up blank because there's no place to store all of your website information, images, and everything like that. So in the setup, we need your domain name and hosting. The second step is the options, the different options that we can do and we can use. The options are literally endless. So we can do so many things on our website. Maybe we want our website to have e-commerce ability on it. So we want to be able to take a shopping cart and we want people to be able to purchase things on it. So that is super easy to do. Or maybe we want a blog, or maybe we don't want any of that. We just want a really simple website. And so this tutorial is going to be super simple for you because a lot of the options you won't even do because it's so easy just to set up a super simple website. Other options that we can do is we can have over here, if we want, we can have some live chat. So when someone goes to our website, it'll pop up and we can chat with them live and tell them about our services or about our products or anything like that. Some other options we can do, which I think are super important, is like a Google Analytics. So a Google Analytics allows you to see how many people are going to your website a day and where they're coming from. Very important things to know if your social media postings are working or if you're getting traffic from the search engines. Super important. So that's all in the options. So we've done setup. We're gonna do options. We're gonna get all the raw material on your website. And finally, the third phase is the design. We're gonna get the design going on your website. In the options, we put all the raw materials, all of the different pages and the different things that we want on our website. In the design, we're actually gonna tweak the design. So we're gonna put in your content, type in your content, put in your images, put in different way it shows up on your website. So again, the 3 steps are setup, options, design. Setup, options, design. It's super easy, and I've come up with this method after 8 years of doing this, and I think it's the best method because obviously you need to set up, but you don't want to jump into design right away before you know all of your options. So I think it's super important to do it this way rather than jumping into design and then not knowing all the possibilities. You want to put all of that raw material on your website before you begin shaping and molding it. That's what we're gonna do. We're gonna do it step by step. If anything I said here didn't make sense, don't worry because I'm gonna show you how to do it all step by step with no step skipped. So let's begin. So we have our main steps: setup, options, and design. Setup, options, design. Pretty easy. But those steps need to be broken down into sub-steps. We're gonna be tackling setup first, and setup has 3 sub-steps, which are get your domain name, get hosting, and install WordPress. Now setup is pretty interesting because it's the only step that has any cost associated with it. All the other steps are free. So I'm gonna be explaining what each of these steps are and how much they cost. So your domain name. Your domain name is your website name. So my domain name is tyler.com. Google's domain name is google.com. Your domain name will probably be something like yourbusiness.com or yourname.com or yournonprofit.org. So that's your domain name. Your domain name is also called your website name or your URL. Your domain name costs about $13 per year, and there's no way of getting out of that because you need to be able to tell someone what your website name is in order for them to go to your website. Now hosting is something a little bit different. It's a computer that's on 24/7 that holds all of your website information. So like your logo, your text, all your content, and all your files. That's what hosting is. It holds all that information. It's a computer that's on 24/7. When someone types in your domain name, it goes to the hosting and the hosting serves up that information. Without hosting, if someone went to your website, the website would come up blank. There would be nothing there. So you absolutely need hosting. So hosting costs, and I'll show you how to get a discount, but it costs about $10 per month. So I'm gonna show you how to get a discount, but that's what hosting is. Next is installing WordPress. What is WordPress? WordPress is a content management system, which is just a fancy way of saying it helps you manage your website content. So instead of having to do all this nerdy stuff like coding and mess with FTP files and CSS files and everything like that, it does it all visually for you, and honestly, it does it much better and much faster and much more efficiently. WordPress is the most popular way in the entire world to make a website. It blows places like Shopify, Wix, Squarespace, and Weebly out of the water. They don't even come close to the popularity of WordPress. WordPress is used by companies like CNN, Forbes, and people like Jay-Z and Katy Perry, and it's by far the best way of making a website. And I think that's because it's what's called open source, so anyone can add things to WordPress, and you can also transfer your files anywhere and download them to your computer, where these other companies don't allow you to do that because it's their own proprietary software. So WordPress, I'm happy to tell you, is absolutely free. So that's it for domain name hosting and installing WordPress. That's it for the setup. It cost in total about $10 to start and $10 a month, or if you use the discount that I'm going to provide, it's $30 for the entire year. So about $3 monthly, which I think is an incredible deal to have your website broadcasting to the entire world. So $30 for the entire year, about $3 a month. We can get your domain name and hosting at the same place, which is hostgator.com. So all we have to do is open up our browser and go to hostgator.com. So that's hostgator.com and press enter. So I do get a commission for recommending HostGator, but 9 years ago, I made a video teaching people how to make a website with HostGator, and I didn't get anything for it. It's just who I use. But since then, HostGator has contacted me, giving my audience the biggest discount that there is. So I really appreciate that, and it helps me make these tutorials absolutely free. I really like HostGator because of their 24/7 live email, chat, and phone support, and they just make it super simple to set up a WordPress website. So we have all these options right here, and I don't think that we should use the pro hosting because it's just too much stuff. We don't need all of that stuff, and we can always upgrade later. So I really think you should just go with the hosting. Now we have three options here: the shared hosting, the website builder, or WordPress hosting. You would think that you would use WordPress hosting, but I think, again, it just costs more and it's way too much for what we need right now, and you can always upgrade to that later. We can get just as much with the shared hosting, and you can install WordPress on it, saving you the most amount possible. So we're gonna click on shared hosting, and if we scroll down, we're gonna see these different plans here: the hatchling plan, the baby plan, and the business plan. But before we do that, we can actually go up here and we can go to /unlock, UNLOCK, and it'll take us to the same page, but it will be a much lower discount. So if we scroll down, we can see those three different plans: the hatchling plan, the baby plan, and the business plan. The business plan is just way too much. We don't really need it, so it really is between the hatchling plan and the baby plan. The difference between the hatchling plan and the baby plan is the baby plan offers unlimited domain names. So you can have like yourwebsite.com, your mom's website.org, your other website.net, a client's website.com. You can have as many domain names as you want, where with the hatchling plan, you can only have a single domain name. So like yourwebsite.com. So it really is up to you. Do you already have two domain names, two websites that you want to start? Then you go with the baby plan. Most people, I think, are just starting with a single domain name. So just go with the hatchling plan. So that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna start off with a single domain name, and we're just gonna click on the buy now on the hatchling plan. All right, so now it's asking us, do we already own a domain or do we want to register a new domain? We would click I already own this domain. For example, if we got our domain already from somewhere like GoDaddy.com. So you would type it in right here, .com, that you already own it, and put it in right there. Today I'm registering a new domain, so I'm going to click on register a new domain, and I'm just going to type it in right here. So as we can see, our website name is available right there, but sometimes your website name won't be available, so you have to get a little creative with your website name, or you can use a different extension. So that's like the .com, the .net, the .org, the .space, the .tech, the .store, or just be a little bit more creative with your website name. Hopefully it is available, but it's not that big of a deal if it's not. You can always change your website name later. It does cost about, somewhere between $12 and $15 a year for a new website name, but it's not that big of a deal. So as you can see, they also want us to add in the .club, the .site, the .net, the .online, space, tech, website, org, but I don't think that we need all of these. They just obviously want to make more money, but I don't think it's like someone's gonna copy you or something with the .net. I don't really find any value in getting any of these other extensions personally. So we can scroll down and skip all of that. So I'm a little bit conflicted on this domain privacy protection because on one hand, I want to save you the most amount possible, but on the other hand, some people get annoyed if they get an email or a call from somewhere from a different country saying, do you want some Google rankings, or do you want me to develop your website? So that's what domain privacy protection ensures, that when you register a domain name, when you register your website name, your website.com, people can look that up and people can see your email address and your phone number. What the domain privacy protection does is that it makes it so that you can't see any of that. So for $15 a year, sometimes it's worth it to people so that they don't get any of those spam or annoying phone calls. But sometimes to people, it just really doesn't matter. So for me, it just really doesn't matter. So I'm just gonna uncheck add domain privacy so that I will probably get a couple of calls and it might be a little bit annoying, but I'll save $15 a year and we'll save the most amount possible. So now we can go down and we can see that our package type was Hatchling because we didn't use the baby plan. Use the baby plan again if you have unlimited domains. So if you want multiple domains on your website, just starting out, use the Hatchling if you only have a single domain name right now. For the billing cycle, if we click on it, we can see all of the options right here. And the options are interesting because the discount only applies one time. So if you got the monthly plan, it would only apply for that first month. Then you would pay about $10 a month. So it'd be like $10 upfront and $10 a month. Where the yearly applies for the entire year and the 3-year applies for the entire 3 years. So what's the best strategy? What's the best balance of paying as little upfront but still saving the most in the long run? And I really think that that is the 12-month plan because you save the most. It's $2.58 a month. The 3-year plan is $2.57 a month, but you're paying a little bit more up front. The 1 month, you'll be paying the least amount up front, but you'll be paying more in the long run. So I think the best balance is the 12-month plan, the 1-year plan. It gives a super great discount. So once you do that, we can create your own HostGator account. So just enter in your email address, confirm your email address, enter in your password right here, put in your security pin, scroll down, we can enter in our first name, last name, phone number, address, country, state, I'm in California, and zip code. Next, we can go up and we can either pay through credit card or PayPal, so you can enter that in right here. Don't worry, this is not a real credit card number. Enter in your code, your expiration date. Then we can scroll down and it's gonna ask you about additional services. So do we need the SSL? Our website already comes with SSL, so I don't know, this is some advanced SSL. We definitely don't need it, leave it unchecked. Do we need SiteLock Essentials to secure our website? There are plugins that allow you to secure your website, so I don't think that we need this either, so we're gonna uncheck it. Do we need professional email? I think you should get your email from Gmail, but your website already comes with email. It's a basic email, but there is email, so I wouldn't get it from Microsoft. I would get it from Gmail if I was gonna do it, so let's not do that either. And do we wanna back up our hard work for $2 a month? And I think we don't need that either. I'm gonna show you how to download a plugin that allows you to back up all of your work. And do you want to improve your search rankings and increase web visitors with the HostGator SEO tools? I don't think that you need this. I'm not sure what they would even do. I don't think that's something that they can really help you with. So I'm going to say no to that. Then we want to enter in our coupon code. It should already be in there, but if it's not, just type in unlock, UNLOCK, and press validate. All right, now we can review our order. We get 24/7, 365 phone, live chat, and email support, instant account activation, 45-day money-back guarantee, our registered domain name for 1 year. We have the Hatchling plan for 12 months. So this is all for 12 months and it comes out to $33.05. Now that may go up and down a few dollars here and there, but it should be about between $30 and $35, maybe give or take a dollar or two. So now we can go down and we can click, you have read and agree to the terms of service, and click checkout now. So we've actually completed the hardest part, which was deciding to build our website. Now everything is pretty much downhill from here. We're gonna do the last part of the setup, which is installing WordPress. It's super easy. All we have to do is go over here after we've checked out. We'll see a page like this and then click install now. Then it's gonna ask us what current version we have. That's fine. Then it's gonna ask us to choose where we want to install it. So I have a whole bunch of domain names because I have the baby plan, but I'm going to install it on learnhowtocreateawebsite.com. All right, and make sure that this is blank. Don't put anything here, because if you have it, then it will install it on learnhowtocreateawebsite.com or yourwebsite.com/something instead of just yourwebsite.com. Next, it's gonna ask us the site settings. So for your site name, you can just put whatever your site name is. You can always change this later, so don't worry about it too much, but I'm just gonna put create a website as my site name. Your site name will probably be your business name. So whatever your business name or whatever your name is will be your site name. Your site description is how you describe your website. So if you do plumbing, maybe you would say Los Angeles plumber since 1972. But I'm just gonna type in learn how to create a website. All right, now we can scroll down. It's gonna ask us for our username and password. So I'm gonna put in my name as the username. You'll put in your name. And the password, I'm going to hide this so I don't get hacked by the internet. And I'm gonna put that in right here. And then your email address. So maybe I'll just put in my name at learnhowtocreateawebsite.com for my email. You can always add some later if you want to. Not a big deal, pretty easy to add. Then we're gonna select our language, English, and we're gonna skip all of these things. We don't need it. Then we're going to skip this too, and we're gonna go right to install. Now, instead of just clicking on that, we can actually put in our email. If you already clicked on it, no big deal, but we can put in our email so we get all of our installation details, like our username and password that we just made. We're just gonna click on install. And now it's gonna install. All right, so now that it's done installing, we're gonna get a congratulations, the software was installed successfully. But if we click on it, we're gonna actually see this sad face because your website isn't ready yet. Your website might take up to an hour, maybe 2 hours, sometimes up to 24 hours, but it's very rare, but probably from 10 minutes to 1 hour for your website to go across the entire world. So your website is spreading out to all of the servers, all of the hosts into the entire world, and it's letting them know that your website exists. So right now you might see this, but if you check back in 10, 20, 30 minutes, it will start working. So right now I'm just gonna close this right here. I'm gonna take a little break, and when I get it back, we're gonna try it again. All right, so I'm back. It's been about 20 minutes. So I'm gonna see if my website works. So I'm gonna click on it, and there we go. We have our website. I'm just gonna close this right here. All right, so now we have our website online. If someone went to your site, they would see something like this hello world right here. We can check out the different pages. Obviously, there's nothing really on it, and obviously this looks pretty bad, but if we click on the sample page, we can see it. It's a sample page. It looks okay, not the best. We're gonna make it look much better. And if you click up here, we can go back to the home page, and we have this blog post right here. And it doesn't look that great, but it is our website, and we saved a lot of money just by getting here. So how do we actually log into our website? Well, it's super easy. All you have to do is go to yourwebsite.com and then /WP-admin, WP-ADMIN, and press enter. Now it's gonna ask us for our username and password. So we're just gonna enter that in right here. So what was our username? We just created it, so you should remember it. But my username was Tyler and my password was whatever my password was. Then just press login. All right, so we're officially done with the setup phase of the website. We've signed up for hosting, we've got our domain name, we installed WordPress, and we're logged in to the dashboard. Now it's time for all of the options, and I'm gonna show you all of the options that you can have on your website, and I think that you're really gonna like it and it's gonna be really cool. So let's explore all of the different options of your website. This is phase 2. So we have setup, options, and design. This is the options part of the website. So as we can see from this and some different things, we have all of this extra stuff on our website and it's not really necessary. So it's basically like when you get a new phone and you have all of these apps that you don't really want on your phone, or you get a new computer and you have all of these programs on your computer that you don't really want. The manufacturer got paid by someone to install those programs on your phone and on your computer in order to drive down the cost of that phone or computer, but we don't want all that stuff on there. It's the same thing with all this stuff right here. They basically got paid to install it, but we don't really want all of that stuff on there. So how do we get rid of all of that stuff? That's the first thing that we're gonna be doing. And basically they are plugins that are installed, so we're just gonna clean all of the plugins out. So we can just go to plugins right here. And if we scroll down, we can see all of these different plugins that aren't really needed, in my opinion. So we just click on this right here, this plugin, and I'll select all of them. Then we go to deactivate and press apply. And then click on it again and go to delete and apply. And that will delete all of them. Say goodbye. And now if we go back to our dashboard, we can see that we have a nice clean website. None of those extra plugins are installed. Everyone can start off clean and fresh. So this is what they call the dashboard. It's basically the back end of your website. Your dashboard is where you control all of the options. It's where you go when you log in and go onto your website. And it's the place that you need to go in order to edit your website. You need to log in. Once you log in, you hit the dashboard. So once we hit the dashboard, we can go back to our website by clicking on this up here. And now we're logged into our website. And you can tell that you're logged in by this bar up here. So this bar lets us know that we are logged in. No one else sees this except for us. So this is how we know that we're logged in. To get back into the dashboard, all you have to do is hover over your website name and click on it, and you're back into the dashboard. All right, next I just want to show you something that I just like to show people. If you ever want to change your username or password or add a different user, you can just click on users and you can click on your name or you can add new. If you click on your name, you can scroll down and